Uh, did a bomb go off? No, it's just fireworks. Does Gene get cat? I don't know what that means, dog. Oh yeah, I'm stoked for Red Rocks too. If you're coming to Red Rocks, that's gonna be sick. Damn, I'm way late. Okay, this is where it's at. Do OnlyFans. No, thank you. Do I have a favorite song on the new album? No. I'm all like super sensitive about all of them. When are you coming back to California? I live in California. What's my favorite soup? Menudo. Am I gonna secure the Gene Dawson with the O on Instagram? I think I tried a long time ago, and then I stopped caring. Sure, I guess I probably could, but it's whatever. Will you do meet and greets on tour? Yeah, depends on how much time I have in between each cities. If I have like a layover day, or a travel day the following day after, then yeah, I'll do them. But some cities, like I'm gonna have to go from Colorado to Portland or Seattle, and that's gonna be I won't do one that day because of that travel being so fucking far. I'll probably just hop back in the bus. Play in San Diego. I want to. The last time I did was probably a year before COVID, and the only people that showed up was my family, which was really sick because my grandfather got to see me perform, and my grandmother too, and they only speak English barely, and I'm just like screaming at them playing our songs, and it was really, really heartwarming, and I really enjoyed it. There was a few other people that showed up though, like 5-6 kids that weren't my family. It was really, really nice. Do I like Balboa Park? I used to go there often. I used to live not too far from Balboa Park. I lived on Grape Street in South Park. If you keep going, if you're in Balboa Park and you go to where, I don't know if you've ever seen, I think it's called Albert Einstein Academy now. I went to that elementary school when it was called Brooklyn Elementary. So I used to live super close to Balboa Park, and my hospital was right by Balboa Park because I used to go to the Navy hospital because my father's in the military, was in the military and shit. So I was able to go to that hospital. So I was kind of in Balboa Park way more than anything. Who all have you met in the industry? Bro, that's like asking me who you went to high school with. Like, who's everybody you went to high school with? Let me see. Do a show in Germany, I'd love to. Saludos de Tijuana. Saludos. Mucho raza. Are you gonna do CDs? Yeah, and I think the Bad Sports CDs or Pixel Bad CDs. The Pixel Bad CD should be coming around the same time as the vinyl. That's more something that I have more control over. It's just for whatever reason, packaging and shit is weird. So yeah, so anybody that bought that, it's coming as well. Would you ever consider rapping? Yeah, man, for sure, all the time. Need to just play a set in Balboa. That would be fun. I used to go to this shit called, when I was 13, when I was 12, 13, I used to go to some shit called Twisted Sundays in San Diego that was like a rave. And it was in Balboa Park. And I remember it being some of the most intense shit that I've ever been to in my life. And there was just 13, 14. It was like Euphoria. Like everybody was drugged up. And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? And it's just these preteens and early teenagers just twisted. And I remember thinking wow, this is really fucked up in a weird perspective. What is Gene Dawson's ethnicity? I am black and Mexican. behind me, I know exactly what's behind me, man, at all times. Okay, am I behind again? Okay. Come perform in Dallas. Didn't I just perform in Dallas? What was that shit? It wasn't Dallas. It was close to Dallas, though. It was like 10 minutes away from Dallas, where that festival was, which was pretty fucking funny. Does my family understand what I do? To a certain extent, yeah. I mean, they started to understand more when I was able to, like, help the family a lot more. And not because money is a motivation at all, but I think they always thought it was a hobby, especially because my family's predominantly Mexican, and my black side of my family, they're tapped in, but not as much as my Mexican family. So we have no entertainers in our family, like, whatsoever. Like, I'm the first in the entire lineage, as far back as we can go, to be an entertainer. So musician, entertainer, whatever the fuck you want to call it, a clown. I'm the first person to be a performative person, a like artsy person in our family. So they didn't understand how it was a full-time job until they understood. And a lot of it came from like them seeing it, like my mom hearing me on the radio for the first time, because I've been played on the radio a bunch, and the first time she like sent me a voice memo and she was screaming and crying and shit. And I think that was the first moment it clicked. And then for my pops, I don't know if it clicked until like I was in Vegas walking around and somebody ran up on me and asked me to like sign something. And he's like, "Hey, you're famous." And I'm like, "No, I just have people that listen to my music in different places and I'm very thankful for it." But he's like, "Nah, nigga, you're famous." And I'm like, "Nah, don't go around telling people that." So yeah, it's weird. My Mexican family, they just like, yeah, he's successful, whatever that means. They just know that I'm happy, and that's enough for them. And then I can pay for myself to eat and shit. I'm probably gonna burn my hair trying to light this fucking cowboy. Do I consider myself spiritual? I'm God-fearing, if that's kind of the question. I'm not Christian or Catholic. I'm non-denominational. I don't necessarily subscribe to what the church believes, because I actually love gay people and I actually think that women should have the choice to do whatever the fuck that they want. So there's a lot of things within the church that I don't agree with, but my relationship with God is super personal. Like, it's not something that I push on other people. Like, a lot of people in my family aren't religious, and I wasn't raised to like be somebody I was raised to be very, very what's the fucking word? Accepting, I guess. Accepting of other people. So when I was younger, I was like really, it's like a really edgy little kid. So I was like, I don't like church. Fuck religion. Fuck this. Fuck that. And not until I was in a place where I'm like, yeah, I'm going to actually fucking end my life, that I really found God, and like got into a really deep hole that I was like, yo, nothing physical can help me right now. And I just started to pray every fucking day. And in my sock, I used to have like a crucifix all the time, like this glass crucifix, and he used to bulge out of my sock and shit, but it just kept me grounded. And yeah, I'm very thankful for my relationship with God. But I think all gods are, I think everybody's beliefs are just as valid as mine. Scotland, hell yeah. Fuck with Scotland. Do I prefer bad sports or pixel bath? I think they were both important, for me at least. Like stepping stones. They both have their moments, and they both have things that I like go back and I'm like, I would have did this better, or I would have did this. But everybody has 2020 in hindsight, you know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those things. Does Gene fuck with white hoes? Tobacco in my mouth. I fuck with everybody, man. Except Nazis and racists and xenophobes and homophobes. I don't fuck with none of them. There's a lot of people that I don't fuck with, but generally speaking, I usually fuck with everybody. Do I plan on stop smoking cigarettes? Yeah, the plan was when I turned 25 to stop smoking cigarettes, and obviously I passed the age 25. Sound like I'm old, but I'm 26. But I passed the age of 25, and my mom was supposed to quit when I turned 25 because she would turn 50, and she didn't quit, so I didn't quit. And I'm like, yeah, nigga, you can't keep me to an expectation that you can't even keep. So, yeah, I do plan on quitting eventually, but I'm also not... I'm not, like, what's the fucking word? I'm not addicted to anything else. Like, I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke weed, and not to demonize those things. It's just whatever people do. I just personally don't do anything like that. I don't do any hard drugs or anything, so not saying everybody needs a vice, but I definitely started smoking cigarettes when I was like 16, and it's been a long journey. Have any guilty pleasures? Probably alcohol. Yeah, dude, I fucking drink every single day. Guilty pleasures probably and correct myself, I don't drink at all because I take antidepressants, and that's a big no. Cigarettes, definitely. They're like something that I know that I shouldn't be doing, but I'm also like, so what? It's stupid. Is Gene scared of the hose? Nah, not really. But I'm also not somebody that pays too much mind to anything. Particularly, I'm usually like a miss of most things. Would you ever go to Mexico? I'm from... I can't say it enough. I'm black and I'm Mexican. I grew up in both places. Some articles say that I'm like born in Mexico. No, I'm born in the United States. I went to school in the United States, but I lived in Mexico. It's hard to wrap your head around if you don't know what a border town is, but a border town is a place that's literally a town away from another country. So I lived in another country and I went to school in the States. That's why my English is all right, but Spanish is my first language. I have a house in Mexico, in Tijuana, and I have family in San Diego. I have family in Long Beach. And yeah, that's pretty much my life. How old was I when I first fell in love? Dude, I've been having girlfriends since I was in first grade. You could ask my mom. I had a girlfriend. I had two girlfriends in first grade, and they were twins. And weird times. But I definitely have had girlfriends forever. I've always been kind of like a pseudo lover boy. I've always had a really, really strong affinity for women. And that's never worn off. So I don't know. The first time I was truly in love, though, was probably sixth grade, because I ended up dating that girl for like 10 years. And I know it sounds crazy, but it was like sixth grade to like my sophomore year of college. Off and on, more on than off. But we ended up going to different universities, and we're growing up. So like there's different experiences. I was only doing music stuff. I wasn't really going outside. People in my dorms thought I was gay because I wouldn't hit on girls. And when girls would hit on me, I was in a full-blown relationship, but I didn't talk about it with anybody because it was personal to me. And they're like, yeah, he's just gay. And I was just like, definitely not. And there's nothing wrong if I was, but I wasn't. I just didn't like those girls. They were all dumb. Yeah, dude. They definitely thought I was gay. Certified Lover Boy. To an extent, yeah. That album is great. I love Drake. Drake is sick. Yeah, they definitely thought like Macklemore. when I was, what did he say? When I was 7, I thought that I was gay. That was sick. That was a sick ass line. Yeah, they definitely thought I was gay. My dad thought I was gay for a long time too. I was just never like overtly, I guess, masculine in a traditional sense, especially being like a Mexican and black dude. I was like athletic and all these things, but I just never subscribed to the idea of just being like a strong boy or like had to be real tough, because I knew I could beat people up. So it just was like, I'm really passive about most shit, and I've always been like that. So I don't know. But yeah. And then I had hella girlfriends, and then my dad was like, oh yeah, he's not gay. And I'm like, yeah, but even if I was, you would have to love me, motherfucker. So whatever it is, it is. Oh, is that what he said? When I was in 6th grade, they thought that I was gay. Mexicans are homophobic as fuck. Yep. I mean, it's part of our culture. There's a lot of machismo there. So like, it's really hard being gay in any what I would assume, because I can't say that I know their plight, but I would say for being Hispanic or being black, it's super taboo. And I think it's changing. Hopefully it's changing, because motherfuckers we live in the fucking 21st century. It's get over the shit. Let people do what the fuck they want to do. If people love one another, fuck it. Even if they don't love one another, it's not that deep. It's none of your fucking business. What'd you say? I'm not coming out of the closet till my dad dies. Can't be doing that to the man. Man, look, I can't tell you what to do or what not to do, but that sounds like, I don't know. I could give you advice, but it's not my place. I would just say live to your fucking fullest, and that's who you are. Be who you are. Fuck anybody around you. Even your parents' expectations of you shouldn't dictate how you live, because you're going to live miserably. You can't pretend that this life has a do-over button. So live it like that. Like, you definitely should. If you're thinking about staying in the closet for whatever reason, I can't blame you. But I definitely think that as a human to human, I can tell you that, like, just live to your fullest within your own, parameters that you feel comfortable with. But definitely, like, fuck them. Fuck what they talking about. Do I fuck with Weezer? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, fuck racists, even if they're in their family. Yeah, I had a fucking racist aunt that doesn't like black people and swear that she's white, but she's 100% Mexican. There's a thing though. There's a lot of Castilian blood in my family. Like, my grandfather has silver hair and blue eyes and shit. And he's really fair skinned, but my grandmother's the opposite. My grandmother's really dark skinned, dark hair. She looks more native than anything. And, they gave birth to one of my aunts that just like, looks white, like very white. And she would say sideways shit about black people all the time to my mom, to the point where my mom had to like raise up on her. And it's like, you have black nephews, and not only that, like, you can't be like this. Like, you're too fucking smart to think like that. And she definitely like excommunicated her for a long time. And now they're good. But it was one of those things where it's like, yeah, it could be your fucking family, dog. Like, there's no excuse for it. Show my face. Here you go. There's my face. Advice for novice guitar players. I can't give you that, because I'm also a novice, dude. I know what good guitar sounds like. I fucking can write melody all fucking day. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm just very thankful to work with the people that I work with, because they can bring my stupid ass ideas to life way better than I can articulate with my fingers. Gene, does it jiggle? Yo, that's sick. Where do I get my girls from? LA. Facts. What is my name? Jenna? Do you like Tyler, the creator? Yeah, he's great. How did I meet Zach Fogarty? I needed a guitarist for some shows. And this is around the time some fucking random labels trying to sign me, and they knew Zach, and they're like, yo, we know this kid. And they introduced me to Zach, and then he came and played guitar for a show. And then we ended up making Bruise Boy the first session we had, and it was like a love story ever since. Does it bounce? That's tight. Do I like to travel? Yeah and no. I'm kind of a homebody. I don't really like being outside like that. Not because I'm an anti-person. I got everything I need in my house. I got my dogs and fucking water and shit. So, I don't know. I like to go ride my bike and shit. So I'll like ride my bike around the neighborhood, or I'll go pretty far. I like go to Santa Monica sometimes. Just like on my bike. And I'll usually do that when I'm listening to music and I really want to pay attention. But for the most part, like, no, dude. I don't really like being invited to places. Like, yeah, a lot of the times I'm just like, nah, I'm straight. Yo, this guy is dangerously horny in the comments. How have I been lately? Man, thank you for asking. I've been good, kind of racking my head a little bit, getting a lot of things figured out. It's like a big puzzle piece, or a big puzzle that I have to put together, and I'm doing it slowly but surely, but it's just like I'm also creating the puzzle pieces, so it's a lot of work, and not necessarily just music, but just everything, like relationships with people, and trying to balance and maintain. Call my mom enough. I definitely haven't. She called me like 3 days ago and yelled at me, and she's like, yo, you haven't checked in like 2 weeks. And keep in mind, me and my mom are super close, and I felt really bad. I'm like, damn, you're right. Like, I've been so go heavy that I just like been forgetting to do the things that are most important, which is like check up on my mom. So just trying to get better at a lot of different things at the same time. So to answer your question, I've been doing good, man. I'm really thankful right now. Yeah, man, Fall Fest is going to be fun. I don't even know if we've announced that, but sick that you know. My heart is healing. I don't know if my heart needs healing. I'm pretty good, dog. Like, I think my heart's fully intact. And I've been actually more happy than I have been in a long time. Only thing is just I'm working out a lot. So, like, I'd be tired. Like, I'm going to go in the gym in a little bit. Just getting my like weight back in order to like performing weight, because I gained weight during COVID, like a shit ton, which was fine. Like, I don't knock myself for it. It was actually really cool to just eat and not worried about what I was eating, because I wasn't going to get seen or anything. And then I just had to have like moments with myself where I'm like, all right, dog, it's about time to get back in the gym. So I'm like really strict on myself right now, and I will be for the next few months. And that's pretty much my life. Do I have superpowers? I think positivity. I'm usually a pretty positive person, especially when people need it around me. I usually look at life more positive than not, because none of the shit is like really, nothing is really valid. It's like, I don't know. I like tread the line of being nihilistic all the time, and that shit is, it's not dumb. If you're a nihilist, cool. But there's just some things in my life where I'm like I'm not a fatalist whatsoever. Like, I definitely trickle into nihilism sometimes, where I'm like, fuck everything, fuck this, fuck that. And it's never anything that involves music. It's just usually personal shit where I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody. Nobody likes me. I don't like anybody, and shit like that, where I'm like, man, fuck, I don't want to be like in this thing. And then I get over it after I go for a run. I'm like, yeah, I was tripping. Do I fuck with Death Grips? Wait, how would you feel if I stole someone's Pixel Bath vinyl at your live shows? That would be pretty mean. I wouldn't suggest doing that. Here's my advice, but non-advice. You should feel really guilty about stealing from people and mom and pop shops. When it comes to big corporations, that's your call to make. But they have like loss prevention and shit like that. So I'm not telling you to go out and steal, but I will say it's like really fucked up to steal from people and small businesses, which technically are the same thing. So that would not be really sick of you. To answer your question about my fucking star, fucking whatever the fuck it is, it's Sag Cap Cusp, meaning that I was born on the 22nd. So it's the day that I think Sag turns Cap or Cap turns Sag, whichever one. So I'm half and half, however the fuck that works. That's what I was told. Do you think Frank Ocean's a real person or an NPC? That's fucked up. Frank is definitely real. I have physical evidence. I've proven it to myself, at least. You've stolen that much from Walmart. That's sick. You shouldn't tell on yourself. Is a Dollar Tree a mom and pop shop, or is it a Dollar Tree chain? Because those are very different stealings. If you're going to rob, big chains may be a little better for your morality. But again, I'm not telling you to steal from anywhere. I'm just saying, as long as it's not like a mom and pop family run store that exists everywhere. Because that you should feel bad about that. Okay, you said, I know you see my comments. What did you say? Any country you want to visit? All of them before I die. What software do I use? For what? I use different softwares for different things. Do you think stealing hot dogs from street vendors in New York is bad? What if they sell relish? That's foul. You should not steal the hot dogs. Fucking that, you're down bad, dog. Like, I used to steal from fucking McDonald's drive-through. What I would do is when I was really broke in college. So when I would steal drinks, which is not the craziest shit. And McDonald's, look, I still want to collaborate, so don't take this to heart. But what I will say is that if you go into the drive-thru and you have a card that's not your name, and it could be one of those cards that the bank sends you that's like doesn't mean anything. It's like whatever, and you hand them the card, or I would hand them like a gift card not from McDonald's, from whatever, anywhere else, and they hand you the drink as you hand them the card, and I'd speed off, and I would have a free fucking high C or some shit. That's when I was down bad though. This nigga said hot dog bandit. That's wild. What would the Gene Dawson meal be? A bottle of water and the motherfucking snack wrap that they won't bring back, motherfuckers. You know what it is. The chicken snack wrap, nigga. You know what it is. Bring it back. Oh, show us menthol video. No. How do I feel about white fans singing the N-words in songs? I think it's at their own discretion. I wouldn't advise it because you don't know who's standing next to you. And if somebody swings on you, I can't say that they're not valid for doing that. So they can say it in their own bedroom or whatever the fuck they want, and not saying that I give them permission, but they can say it in terms of like nobody sees them. But if somebody sees you and don't agree with your ideas of thinking or your lines of thinking that lead to your action, if somebody harms you, which I don't advocate for, I can't blame them for doing it. So if this nigga said just don't be white. No, you can be white all you want. Just don't get caught saying the N word and then you get fucking duffed out and you end up. Is World Star still a thing? Is that still a damn? I got to check if World Star's still up. That's important. That's super important to know. Wow, it's been a minute. Do I play Fortnite? No. I don't have enough patience to like build things that go upwards and shoot. It's like one or the other. I mean, either I'm going to fucking build something or I'm going to shoot somebody. I don't want to do both at the same time. Do I have any life advice? Wipe more than twice. You guys keep calling that song Barking, and that's not an actual title of a record. So every time you say it, I'm just like, I have to think about what song you're talking about. No, that song's not on the album. Dizzy, if you make me say some fucking weird shit and you use it for a weird reason, I'm gonna be very upset. But Boom Boom Rocket. There you go. It's like, yeah, COD and Minecraft. I'm good off that. Oh, Nate. Damn, all the homies are dropping in right now. What's happening, Nate? Are you on album mode right now? Because I know you've been quiet. Crystals in My Skull is also not a record. So, thoughts on R. Kelly? What the fuck? Did you... No, Sam, you heard like demos of demos that I didn't think were going to end up being as demo-y as they were. The album's completely different now. Actually it's completely different. You probably heard version like 2 out of 13. Where the fuck you been at? How do you feel about crystal meth? It's a life changer. It probably will do you dirty. I don't talk about that person. He's not very nice. The white rock guy that you just mentioned, or rap rock, or whatever the fuck. Am I being blackballed? I don't know how I would be blackballed if I'm not like signed to anybody, so I don't think so. I think I'm doing fine. How's my week been? Pretty tough, man. It's just a lot of exercising and like going over things and phone calls and meetings and shit. Them boys doing helium in the hills. There definitely are, dude. I saw somebody rolling around with a helium tank in their car while they were driving. I'm like, you guys are going to hit a small child and feel stupid as fuck. Like, live your life, but like, man, don't bring the rest of the world into your shit. Why haven't we played Uno? Download the app, nigga. How many labels have hit you up to sign you, trying to sign you? All of them. One way or yeah, pretty much all of them. Oh, Evan's in the chat. What's up, Evan? If people don't know, Evan Wedlake is like my first ever best friend. That it's kind of his brother's fault that I make rock music to a certain extent. Because he put me onto a lot of shit early on. Shout out Jason. Let me see what the fuck is going on. What are you guys talking about? I'm like trying to keep up with what's saying. Interscope? I don't know if we've talked to Interscope, to be honest with you. Maybe an extension of them. Is Interscope universal? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so, though. Gene, why aren't you verified? I am. Damn, am I not? That's sick. Is that what happened? Do you love it here? Ignored my question. What was your fucking question? Ask it again. Cardi feature would go hard. Yeah, that'd be sick. I like Cardi a lot. Do I own my masters then? Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Post the nut vid with the sound on. Wow. You guys are sick. Ooh, dude, you should tell Jason. Oh, wait, I'll tell you this via text, because I don't know if we've announced this yet. And if we haven't, I can get in trouble, but we'll talk about that later. You're going to make me album covers? Go do it. Yeah, dude, owning your master is sick. And not owning your masters is also sick if you make enough money. School grades, I got all A's. How did you become black? Is the sickest question I've ever heard. So my black daddy got with my Mexican mama, and they did some shit, and basically like a few months later, the doctor was like, yo, you got this thing inside your belly or your uterus. What do you want to do about it? My mom was like, shit, you know what I mean? I don't know about you, but I'm finna turn up. And that's pretty much how I became black. Because it's good for my health, dude. It's good for education. It's good for it's good for all things. Being black is actually like, you know, really good. We're smart. We're athletic. We can dunk a basketball. We can also create the filament for light bulbs. We made a lot of different things that are pretty useful. So being black has a lot of benefits, man. I would super suggest it. Did I see the homie Eric? Yo, what's happening, Eric? What's under there? I don't, underwear. Haha, get it? That's sick. Man, nothing. Just, on this west side, I'm responding to you, Eric. Shit, I got to go to the gym in a little bit, but I like coming on here and stirring the pot a little bit, because these people have a lot to say. Do you think being black automatically adds inches to your vert? Absolutely. You can come find out if you want. And nigga, don't pass me the ball. I will dunk on you with no apologies. I don't remember what artist. It was like some super like pop artist that I met at a party, and I'm like, yo, I really want to dunk on you. And she was like, what does that mean? I was like, I literally want to go to a court, grab a ball, and just jump over you and dunk on you so you could feel what it feels like. And she kind of got weirded out and walked off. It was a good moment in my life. June, you trying to stir the pot? Be real. Definitely trying to stir the pot, dude. Yeah, did you guys not see the Eric's in the chat? That's crazy, right? I met Eric in an airport, and it was the sickest thing. How tall am I? I'm 6'1". So, still kind of like, in terms of basketball, short. But I definitely have hops. Definitely ran from a lot of police officers. Dude, at the last festival, at Something in the Water, the craziest shit happened. So, I'm walking off a stage. Yeah, can we give it up for fucking Eric in the chat? No, but what I'll say is that, so I did the Something in the Water festival or whatever, and this cop grabs my shoulder and is like, hey, And I'm like, oh, fuck. My immediate instinct was like, what the fuck did I do? Oh, man. And she was like, hey, so my lieutenant is a really big fan of yours and wants to take a photo. And I'm like, you're what? And she's like, my lieutenant. And I'm like, like the head guy? And she's like, yeah. And he's like some dude, some police officer in white. So you know how they wear blue, the lieutenants wear white. That's just kind of like freaking out. Like the way that usually like people that like my music freak out. And I was like, I wanted to say no, just because like I don't abide by the badge and I don't fuck with the badge. But I'm like, yeah, sure. And like I walk up to the guy and he's like, yo, Gene. And he's like kind of like fucking like shaking. And I'm like, I don't even know what to say, because this dude is like definitely 45 and he looked kind of Hispanic or whatever. And I'm like, this is the weirdest fucking Twilight Zone shit I've ever experienced in my life. And I'm like, have you heard Policia? And he was like, yeah, I love that song. And I'm like, and I'm saying, fuck your whole thing. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, far out, dog. Let's take this photo. And he's like smiling and like grinning. And then I'm like looking down, like I look like I'm in trouble. It was the fucking wildest shit that's ever happened to me. Yeah, dude, meet and greet with the police. That shit was wild. Bro was definitely a Fed. That's like a whole nother thing. It was wild. I was actually like pretty lost for words. And one of my managers was with me, and he was kind of like, he looked at me and he was like, do you want me to step in and just, there's a certain look that your managers will give you when you need to get up out of a situation. And he looked at me like, hey dude, do you need me to just like pull you? And I just like I was like, man, I'm trying to like think of all the equations of this being bad. Because I'm like really anti-police for the most part. My dad's best friend's been killed by cops. Millions of little black kids, not millions, thousands of little black kids have been killed by cops. Like I have a really, really poor view of police in general. And I was just like, yeah, man, let's do it. I just got off stage, whatever. And like, if that photo ever comes out anywhere, just look at my face. And I'm just like, it looks like some guy was like, take this photo or I'm going to fucking shoot you in the face. And that's not what he did. He was actually a very kind person. That's fine for you to think that police aren't bad, dude. You've probably lived in a very serene world. Definitely, I don't feel safe vibes. Am I dropping merch soon? Maybe. Are cigarettes worth it? No, absolutely not. They're like not that tight at all. They usually make you feel like shit for the most part. Go live more often? Nah, I don't have time. I like doing it because I like checking up on y'all and shit. That's always great, but for the most part, nah. I'm not like super evasive where I'm like, I don't want to be seen by people. It's like, why make music then? Like, just, it's okay. You can talk to people. It's not gonna hurt you. Can you kiss me goodnight? You know you're not going to bed. You know you're smoking a fucking fat joint right now out of the weed that I bought you for your birthday, and you're not going to sleep. So you don't need a kiss goodnight, Austin. Do I read DMs? Sometimes. Tay. Oh, got the whole fam in here? That's tight. You guys go stream Tay, or it says Hey Tay. She's amazing music. What was I gonna say? Do I read DMs? No, not most of the time. I have somebody that looks over my shit, and just if I need to respond to something, like if somebody's like, yo, this thing happened, then I will. Or if somebody's like, I'm gonna do something bad to myself, I'll respond. But I don't like doing that because it's kind of not fair. Because like, what if I'm just like holding my puppy and then somebody's like, yo, I want to fucking end myself, and I'm like, dude, okay, let me talk to you. Not that it's like a strain on me or anything, but it's just like, I don't know if I'm the right person. I will send you the suicide hotline that I've used many times and definitely has helped me and things like that. But sometimes it's a conversation you need to have with your parents than just a random artist on the internet. I think maybe we relate in a certain capacity, and by all means, I don't mind talking about it. I just, for your safety, it's like, I'm not a professional, so I would want somebody to see professional help or parental help. And if there's like no other way, or if I'm the last possible scenario, then yeah, for sure, I'm at your disposal. But for the most part, it's like, man, what if I'm at dinner with my mom and then I'm like, hold on, mom, I gotta talk to this person because this is kind of more important than this meal I'm about to eat. And sometimes I don't know if somebody's lying to me or not, and that really bothers me, or I'm like, please don't do this to try to get my attention, because that's really foul. Because like, I've actually been there, and I've told my mom that I wanted to kill myself multiple times when I was younger, or not even younger, like years ago, and it's not a fun place to be. And I remember the feeling, and I didn't really want to tell an artist that I didn't know. So I can't say that you're lying, but I just can't say that you're telling the truth either. So it's kind of difficult for me. No, I have not worked with Kenny Beats. I've met him a few times, though. He's really tall. It's cool. Fucking Denzel showed me some Zilla shit. We were in the car going somewhere. And he played me some Zilla shit, and I was like, oh, this is sick. So, cool music, man. Any advice for people on stop vaping? I don't know. I never really vaped like that, so I don't necessarily know how crazy that feels. Am I allowed to say the new album? It's chaos now. It's literally all I've said for like the past few months. It's literally chaos now. Yeah. I'm definitely going to hit you about what to tell Jason, because there's some shit that's happening on his side of the world that I want him. I'll figure out how to get him there. Can you get a bark? No. Saw me open for Denzel a few months ago when I did direct support. Left ear ringing for 2 days. Yeah, I'm sorry. That show was sick, though. When can we expect chaos now? I don't know, dude. But, like, look at Shrek. Shrek knows. Gene got me into cigarettes. I'm so sorry. That's not sick. What's my favorite food? Mexican food, probably. What's the Rax song? I don't know what you're talking about. Favorite Kevin Gates song? Or is that what you said? Fuck. I do have a favorite Kevin Gates song is a thing. Fuck. I'm gonna feel horrible about it now, because I actually enjoy Kevin Gates very much as a human being and as a musician. I don't know. I'll get back to you on that. Ask me on another live and I'll have it for you again. Oh, that song? Finally got them rags on me. That shit's on YouTube, man. I don't know. That's not my record. But it's on YouTube. I can tell you that. Gene got 2 phones. I definitely do have 2 phones. Do I like Soul Eater? Yeah, Soul Eater's sick. Yeah, Kevin Games. Jesus. Kevin Gates is sick. She got that big ass cranium. I love Kevin Gates. He's fucking hilarious. He definitely has some shit going on. You did Policia on your own. That shit is lit. I mean, I worked with homies that produced with me while I worked on it, so no, but yeah. I have 2 phones. I don't have 3. Thoughts on Isaiah Rashad? What the fuck? One of the GOATs? You kidding? Tokyo Ghoul's cool. It's a little edgy for me, though, in some parts. Where, like, I like it, but it's also really dark. And I'm just like, I really like anime for, like, I'm a kid, and I'm a hero as well, and people don't believe in me, and I'm going to show them. So anything that's, like, offshoot of Naruto. But I watch a lot of everything, really, but my favorites are like Shonen Jumps, where the kids get abilities and shit like that. The one that I'm writing right now is based off of Shonen Jump, so those kids are going to go to school and have abilities and yada yada yada. ¿En serio hablas español? ¿O fue para la canción de policía? No, en serio, en serio, en serio, hablo español. You trying to put other artists like Rocky on your next project? Who would be other artists like Rocky? I think Rocky's just Rocky. You writing? Does that mean? Oh, writing an anime? Yeah, I'm writing and directing and producing, and the only thing I'm not doing is illustrating the anime. And then I have kind of like a staff of people that are working on it with me, but it's my project. Or am I Hispanic? Can somebody else answer that question? I just said it. Yes, I'm Mexican. Gene Dawson, yeet. We definitely have stuff. Yeek has been like, I don't know, dude. He was one of the first artists in LA to ever show me love. Yeek, that's Yeek. He has like a really special place in my heart. King Kroll doesn't collab. I'll tell you that right now. No, me and JPEG Mafia follow each other, and we know a lot of the same people, but we've never talked. Nate knows a lot of information about Chaos now, but he will tell you nothing. He said, I thought bro said yeet. No, Yeek. The fucking rock star. What are some of the genuine artists that you vibe with? A lot of them, actually. I very much give people the benefit of the doubt. Not always do we become friends, and even sometimes I've made friends with artists that I just don't think that they like me. I think they have ulterior motives, but I don't really bother myself with that line of thinking either. I'm not in high school anymore, man. I'm like, it's all good. We don't have to know each other or like each other. My favorite Frank Ocean song? Don't have one. They're all amazing. Bakar and Gene. Bakar's a really nice person. I've met him in person, and we definitely vibe. It's great. Am I a Minion fan? Yeah, sure. Do I fuck with white people named Humphrey? Sure, that sounds sick. I like Humphreys. What am I doing? Sitting, watching cars go by, talking to you guys, kind of burning time before I have to go work out. Why are you moving like that? Like what? Thoughts on Australia? What do you mean? Like the place? It's sick. Australia is great. Idris is a really nice person. Does Gene Dawson sleep? Yes, a lot. How much do I bench? I don't bench. Contrary to popular belief, I don't like weightlifting. I go to the gym and I run. How old are you, bud? That's how Austin would talk to me. I'm 26, dog. I turned 27 this year. I don't have a lot of time to fuck around, as the people would say. How did you and Kilo Quiche collab? That's my sister. Thoughts on Dev Lemons? Are you kidding? All villains are lemons, dog. I'll tell you what. She's the fucking future. Do I prefer weed or cigarettes? I don't smoke weed. Do I like George Clanton? Yes, I love George Clanton. Are you down to come to South Africa and perform? Yes, absolutely. Kilo Quiche is your sister? Not literally, but yes. I'm very protective over Quiche. She's like my big sister. Hardest drug I've ever done. Love. Yeah, man, you know I'm high off that shit. Do I like Apex? No, Justin does, though. How did you come up with your name? A very simple equation. Please come to Minnesota. You know what? I've stopped in Minnesota for a layover, and I was like, wow. And my basis is from Minnesota. I really fuck with Minnesota. I'm like, wow, it's really flat, but this is sick. And I wanted to go out and look, but we didn't have enough time to get off the plane and do all that other stuff. Would you ever come to Vegas? I'm in actually Vegas a lot. One of my family members lives in Vegas. I wrote some of the album in Vegas, actually. It's like it's a weird energy out there, and I really liked it. Not necessarily strip stuff, like more, I think I was in Arts District working in a studio that's like inside of a record store. But I was like walking around writing lyrics, and it was like a really big, there's like a big vibe of regret in Vegas. And like for people that live in Vegas too, there's like a whole different vibe there too that I really like. Please come to Cali. I live in California. I have most of my life. Would you come to Japan? I've been to Japan a few times, and I'm planning on going back after the album comes out for a month. And I'm going to be there, and I'm just going to ride my skateboard and write things and maybe make music and stuff. I'm really excited. That's like my vacation. Do I fuck with Steve Lacy? I've met him a few times, and I don't think he remembers any of the times that he's met me because he reintroduces himself, which is fine. But the new record he put out was great. It's really, really nice. Really good on the ears. Did I like growing up in California and Mexico at the same time? Yeah, it's fine. We have great weather and a lot of good skaters. I'll definitely visit Ireland. That'd be sick. I love cobblestone, dog. You doing sideshows in Australia when you come this year? Who told you I was coming? Is that out? Am I stupid? Did I tell people that? Did I? Can somebody answer my question? Is that out already? It's like that announced? Or am I tripping? I'm 100% tripping. That's not out. Yes, potentially I'll do sideshows. Should I take 100K or dinner with Gene Dawson? Take the 100K, go to dinner with Gene Dawson, give him the 100K. And that's how that should work out. No, take the 100K. Absolutely. All I'm going to do is look at you and ask you about your life. And you're not going to get anything from it. Tour in England, for sure. Go tell Slow Tie to bring me out. That's the only person I want to do England with. How did I find my sound? A lot of trial and error. Dinner with Jay-Z or 3 quid. I don't know what the conversion of quid is, but for sure, take the quid maybe. I don't know what that conversion is. Is 3 quid like 300? Is it? Tell us about life. It goes, man. Definitely goes. What was the first major artist you met? Myself. Fuck is you talking about? Is that how the kids say it and shit? Fuck is you talking about? No, I don't know. No, I don't remember. Quid is basically $1. Oh, damn. Go to dinner with Jay-Z for sure. Do you want to get really famous? I don't know what really famous is, but if you're talking about like can't go outside, can't like go anywhere without security famous, yeah, absolutely. That'd be sick, because then I wouldn't have to go outside. You listen to Pixel Bath 3 times a day, you're a fucking warrior. I love that. You fuck with God, yep. Definitely fuck with God heavy. Stop with the Death Grips. Who's asking me about Death Grips? Yeah, they're one of my favorite bands of all time. MC Ride is one of my bigger inspirations as a human artist. Not necessarily sonically, but just his ideal on things. I really, really appreciate. Religious? I answered this earlier. I'm non-denominational. I fuck with God, but personally, like inwardly, rather than it being something that I believe in externally or want to preach or anything like that. I don't necessarily subscribe to the ideas of church, because a lot of them are wrong. Chrome Hearts are undercover, absolutely. It's one of my favorite brands. Nate, what's happening? Thoughts on Danny Brown? He's amazing. He has a great voice. You're back? Well, let me play you this album, man. Got to. My guy has the poshest American voice. I don't know what that means. How did I get started? In what? Have I seen Danny Brown's podcast? No, but that sounds sick. I might check that out at the gym today. Do they record it like via video camera? Because I like watching podcasts where I can see the people talk for some reason. It's weird. It's like I guess it'd be as entertaining as watching me talk, but you can't even see my face most of the time. So, do I have a fast metabolism? Absolutely not. It's something that I have to deal with all the time. That's why I go to the gym so much. It's on Y. What is that? What is that acronym? YMH. What is that? Girls from Tijuana or San Diego? I don't know. Depends on what kind of person you're into, and there's many different types of people in both places. I will tell you that there's this place in Tijuana called Rubik's, and the people in there are sick. It's like kind of gothy, but also ravey slash like punky. It's sick. It's a good place. He said Mexicans don't have fast metabolisms. Yeah, a lot of us do actually. I have cousins that are all soccer players and shit, and they are fucking built. What would I do if there was no tomorrow? Do exactly what I'm doing now, is living, because you don't know if there's no tomorrow. Bryant, what's happening? I gotta play you the album too. You didn't show up to the motherfucking listening, so, and that was a private event, so I don't know where you been at, painting and doing whatnot, getting all dripped up, but I need to play you this damn album. Would I do a soul record? Absolutely. Yeah, Bryant. Yeah, you nigga. Yeah, I know you had to do some shit, but you're gonna have to listen to this goddamn this project, dog. Don't call me pop punk. Yeah, you'd be absolutely right not to call me pop punk. Do I have a childhood favorite artist that helped me become something I wouldn't without them? No. I think I was always going to be what I was going to be. But I would say that I've definitely had some like musicians be really informative in terms of like what was okay, like to blur boundaries and not be so stuck on something. Definitely Pharrell, NERD World, and Kanye West, Prince. I mean, there's a long list of like artists that definitely are part of my DNA 100%. Like I'm a fruit of their tree. Bo Burnham on the new album. That'd be kind of sick. I like Bo Burnham. Oh, that's Justin. Shut up, bitch. Favorite Prince song? Don't have one. Maybe Raspberry Beret, but I'm not. Don't quote me on that. How many features on the new album? None. I took them all off because those people don't like me. That was actually a lot of features that I just took off because I was like, I don't think that these people actually like me. I was going through something, but it was just in my head. But I definitely did take a lot of shit off and like made everything better. Bro, how many bodies you got? In what capacity? And I'm not gonna snitch on myself on the internet. And also, both of those wouldn't answer. More music in Spanish. I'm working on something specific that's like for it to be in Spanish, but it's just like COVID happened, so it kind of got difficult. Not because I can't write music in Spanish, just like the music that I make naturally, but there was something that I wanted to do as an homage to somebody in my family, and I had to put that on the back burner for now, but I'm gonna start fucking with that soon. Is this the Quick from college? Is this a Quick that's in here? Or is this another Quick? Quick. This Quick. Q. Did I go to college with you? I would click on your profile, but it would take me off of this. Oliver Tree didn't steal from me, apparently. He had timestamps of when he was doing the video, and it was actually like around the same time I was doing my shit, so there was no way. I guess he likes scooters, I like skateboards. Is that Malone? Is that who that is? Yeah, Malone, what's happening? Oh my God. How are you doing, bro? Wow. It's been a minute, dog. See, Quick here used to see me like smoke cigarettes and just like talk about music shit while I was in college because I didn't give a fuck about school, and that's all I would talk about. Yeah, nigga, Snavely stay in the chat, dog. He's a bitch ass nigga, I swear. He has to pull up on me too. I don't know what the fuck he been doing. I think he's acting now. He's in a movie or some shit right now. This nigga Justin's a whole ass actor. How would I describe myself? I wouldn't. What did I go to college for? Film. The shit that Justin Snavely actually graduated with. Congratulations. I dropped out before him. And yeah, I was like, fuck this. I got shit to do. Gene, Gene, are you a supervillain? Maybe, I don't know. It's not that deep for me. It could be. You shaved your head 10 minutes ago for the film? Tame Impala collab, that'd be tight. Gene, you got ops? Nope. I have no ops. No, actually. Do I? Not any that are relevant. Damn. So you're filming the movie. Oh my, this is going to be so sick. Do you do the editing for your videos? No, hell no. I'm going to college knowing I'm not going to finish that. Man, try. I mean, if you want, who gives a fuck? If you don't give a fuck, then do something else. This is going to waste your money. What did you say to Miguel? I talk to Miguel often. I don't know what the fuck I'd be saying to Miguel. A lot of times I'd just be singing his songs at him. He'd be like, yo, you can't sing. Shut up. No, he's never said that. He's actually one of the nicest people I know. Gene, Chief Keef. I wish, dude. I fucking wish. Gene, Frank, that'd be cool. He doesn't need to feature on anybody. He doesn't need to feature with anybody. Everybody can ask for a Frank Ocean feature. You can ask the God in the sky and stuff, but like, I think Frank has to love what you're doing, or you have to be close to him. I don't know. I'm not that man, but Gene X Gene. Do a pop-up show in LA. Sure. Chief Dawson. Yes, sir. Do I have any favorite anime characters? Sure. A ton. I'm not talking until somebody says bless you. Somebody say bless you now, or I'm going to end this. Somebody say bless you, or I'm going to end this. Thank you. Thank you, Joshua. How did you fund your music career as a broke person in SD? Great question. Be utilitarian, dude. You don't need money for everything. You do need money when it comes time, but for the majority of like starting off, you need certain things that you can circumvent. You can circumvent a lot of things early. When it gets later in the game, that's when it gets a little harder to do. But in the beginning, get you a MacBook, dude. Get on fucking GarageBand. It's free. Or go to a homie that has a computer or whatever. There's always a figure it out kind of mentality if you really want to. Hop on Pokemon Go, bro. I need gifts. Bro, I stopped fucking with that. I put my fucking name on there or whatever. And people started adding me. And it just got overwhelming. And, like, I think my game was, like, acting funny. And I remember I was trying to do the gift things, and it was a lot. Play me and skate, I'll blank you. I'll blank you Switch. What is add a moderator to your chat? What does that mean? What's going on here? What is it asking me to do? Hold on.